Hello everybody and welcome to another one of my videos. So today or tonight, let me switch to, oh not that, let me switch to the code and Unity. We are going to continue finishing off the egg catcher game that I was making. Now the last time that I've been here I was trying to stop the game, pause the game whenever you lose or a level is finished, or you push the button up there, up here, because this is going to be the menu button. So for that we will use multiple canvases within this scene, because that is usually how I do things. You can obviously do things some other way, to each his own, but I use canvases. So let me go ahead and set up the next canvas, which is going to be called, let's see, so we'll need one for either winning or winning. You can, yeah, winning the level, so to say, or losing the game. And we'll need one for the menu, the main menu. So let's go ahead and call one menu screen, which is improper. It's just going to be a panel, menu panel. Let's go ahead and tag it, because I think that we have the menu. We don't actually. Alright, so let's go ahead and make a tag for that. We'll call it the menu panel. Save menu panel. This one we don't need a canvas group for, but for the gameplay, the game screen canvas, we will need a canvas group, and I already implemented one when I first started making the game, without knowing, or better said, without remembering why I needed it. And the reason why I needed it is because this is the magical button right here, interactable, right? So when you disable interactable, you can't actually click or do anything anymore within the game. So let's go ahead and change the code from last time that we were here. Pause. Right, so in the case of level up, we will need to destroy all of the eggs that were currently spawned, for one, and the other would have been that this canvas, which is the, what's it called, menu canvas, I have it here somewhere. Where are you? Canvas, game screen. Here we go, the game screen. Okay, and then we'll make the game screen dot get component canvas group dot interactable gets false, and when we continue the game it should be set right back to true. Let's see if this works. Let's do it for game over as well, because it should be up until here it should be the same code. So let's see if this works, because getting a game over is a lot faster than actually winning a level. Although I could just set up the level to be like one egg. If you've caught one egg, then that's it, you're going to the next level. Here we go. Oh, and we had the the game object has been spread, but you're still trying to access it. Your script should either check if it is, oh yeah, right. So what we have to do is destroy these eggs. The problem with that is that the eggs will self-destruct, and then this for each loop is actually going to go crazy. It's going to go bananas, right? So let's see how the self-destruct actually works. Oh, it shouldn't be 0. Let's put it to 10, which would be like 1/5 of a second. Game script. So it shouldn't be 0. Let's go ahead for 10 updates. So in 10 updates, the eggs will self-destruct. No, stop. We need to do the same for both cases. Although I wouldn't want to, in the case, yes, I do want to destroy them. In both cases, I want to destroy all of the eggs that are currently here, and we'll need to also pause the update function one way or another. We'll see how we'll manage that. I think the easiest way is to actually just have an if paused variable, and if it is paused, then that's it. The game basically does update 60 times a second, but doesn't do anything because nothing happens outside of the pause, outside of the pause if. Here we go. It's still shit. Where is this happening? Game script 104. So this is this one over here. Why was I setting the eggs to self-destruct again? Because I could just destroy this game object. Could I do that? Destroy egg. Would that actually work better? Because we wouldn't care about animations or anything along those lines. Okay. Yeah, that actually works. And the buttons are unclickable, and we'll just need to look at that. It just keeps resetting, which is obviously what it should be doing. We need to also disable Xpawn. So is there actually no way? I haven't actually had the time to check this out, but I'm still going to look a bit. Oh, looks like somebody is watching. Hello, good evening. Good evening, Unity. Pause, update, loop. Game loop, update, and pause. Unity answers. How to pause, update. Void do game loop. Game.update. If in-game menu. Pause menu. Update. So this is what he was trying to do. Update is great for you for just about anything. I doubt you're overusing it. If you want something, continue. During time scale. You can use time on scale. Whoa. No. What was updated in C# Unity community? Is this the same as before? I think I basically just have to make a bool which just says if the game is paused or not. You can't yield an update, however you can create a separate coroutine to play or so something different. It just boggles my mind that you can't actually force stop the update function. So this guy was trying to solve the problem with sounds, which I probably will also have, but not for now. No, if you need to schedule events, use coroutines. Okay, so but I don't need to schedule anything. I just need that pause, that update to stop updating. Alright, so let's do it the old-fashioned way. Let's make a bool which says game pause. Do I have bools over here anywhere? No, I don't. Bool is paused. Starts off with, let's say, false. Actually, no. It starts off with true, because the game starts in the game menu and not in the game screen. So this is actually going to be needed. Okay, and we'll make one big if. If not is paused, then do all of this, which follows up in here. There we go. And there's no else to this. So if it is paused, then in the else option, it's not going to actually do anything. It's just going to be an empty void, an empty update function. Right. So when we need to set pause, we also need to set is paused to true. And when we continue, we need to set is paused to false. Oh, hello. Okay. Let's go ahead and see if the X-spawn stops. Oh, the game doesn't start now. I actually forgot, because we don't have the menu screen right now. So let's start off with false for starters. Yep, there we go. Eggs are spawning. My graphics designer told me to put the floor lower. I'm probably going to have a lot of debates with him. There we go. And there are no more eggs being spawned. Looks good. And you can't actually interact with the back screen anyway, either. Okay, so it looks like we're on our way to making more canvases or more menus. Let's go ahead and make the other panels that we need. So we'll need a menu panel, which is going to be used for when you get into the game. It is going to be enabled. Can I, you know what, I will disable everything from the gameplay. We need the event screen for anything? No, I don't think so. Do I need over here? I do actually need the event system. I'm just being a dumbass. Obviously I do. It's for inputs and everything else. So we'll need the menu screen, which is going to be this one. There we go. And do we still need the floor over here in this? Let's see. Public egg. The floor. Is it being used anywhere? No, it's not. So I would say, so I have the floor and the floor. So I would have actually needed the floor. such a dumbass. Anyway, let's get back to it. So we don't need the float anymore. We now have our menu panel screen, or our menu screen, and we'll need the screen for in between levels. Should we have one? Should we have a in between levels? Well, it's not going to be a screen, it's going to be more of a pop-up, or better yet, just a panel. You know what? Yeah, let's just make it. Let's just make it, and we'll see. Should I just make a panel? That would be the first time that I'm making a panel. It has an image. No, that was bad. Not inside the menu panel. I wanted to make it outside of that. Can I not make panels in the main hierarchy? Yes, I can. Obviously. Should it be a panel? You can disable it and enable it just like anything else. I don't know what the advantages are. What is the difference between a panel and a canvas? Let's just go look. Unity difference between panel and canvas. There we go. We're not the only ones, or I'm not the only one that doesn't know who that is. Scenes versus canvas. Okay, I know what scenes are. Okay. I'm thinking that this should take a bit of a longer time to actually understand. So we're not going to get into it right now. UI canvas, Unity official tutorials. Okay, I'm not going to get into it right now. But you know what? I'll just stick to a canvas. Or wait, does the canvas have to be as big as the screen? Maybe that is the difference. Okay, maybe that is the difference actually. So let's go ahead and, because this can be as big as the screen, but it doesn't have to be. Get what I'm saying right now? Up in this. So let me go ahead and make the panel for the screen. It's not going to be that big. I love the fact that I still have the... Okay, so I'm going to delete... Can I make a canvas smaller than the screen? No! Okay, so that's the difference. Okay. Right, so we won't be able to use a canvas for the menu. We'll have to make it a panel, and we'll have to make the game screen the only canvas. And well, basically the menu panel could actually, and both this panel, which is going to be called not the menu but the should we make two of them, like separate ones? No, let's go for just one, and let's call it game switch panel question mark. I'll add the new tag. It's going to be called game switch panel. Yeah, I know it sounds like shit. And this one is actually not going to be a panel, a canvas. There we go. Yes, this isn't a canvas. Let's go ahead and change the code as well for it. So game screen is going to be canvas, and public panel could not be found. I think I have to import using Unity, but not editor. Oh, Unity engine, yes. .ui. No. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of that. And C Alt Enter. Experimental UI elements. System reflection. Okay, so we'll make these game objects then. Just game object, menu screen, and game switch panel. Let's go ahead and change the screen to the panel because it's not going to be a screen anymore. Menu panel, game switch panel. Let's enable this and add the game switch panel over here. And let's make a new panel. It's going to be called, let's have it outside. And this one's going to be called menu panel. Okay, and let's have the menu panel be linked over here as a game object. The reason why I don't want to have them inside is because I already have too much crap in here and it's going to get a bit hard to understand it. Anybody live? Not many people, but it is a Wednesday night or afternoon for those of you who are in other parts of the world, or morning for other parts of the world, whatever. Okay, so let's go ahead and disable the gameplay screen. And oh crap, okay, you know what, I will make a new canvas just so that I can see how well I'm actually positioning these panels here, because the canvas is going to give me this nice borderline, and when I'm done I'll delete it. Okay, so let's go for nice round up numbers. Let's go for 130. Oh, I thought that was the height and width. So let's go for 700. Or is that not wide enough? Oh, this is going to be this game switch panel. This has to be different. This has to show the high score or the new level and the message with continue. So this is going to be a bit wider. Let's go for 1000. Not that wide. And not that high. So let's make it 600. This is basically how it should look like. And I think the X and Y should be the middle. Oh, it doesn't have anchors. Oh, that's why this should be within a canvas, because the canvas doesn't have anchors either, but it positions itself in such a manner that it just stretches with the game screen, I think. So I might actually need to put these in a canvas. Should I? I'm thinking about it. In the meantime, let's give this image a background color. Is there material for this? Okay, this isn't working. That's a bit funny. Oh, and the panel actually has a canvas renderer. I didn't know that. Okay, so let's go. Let's just stop with mucking around, and let's put the two panels within the gameplay, and we will enable everything. There we go. Oh, now we have the color for it. The menu panel is as big as everything. Okay. Okay, so that's not correct. Let's go for centered. Okay, there we go. And let's go for 0. Now we can also zero it in properly. We also have a background right now with a bit of invisibility, and we'll need a text which says either game over or level up. Yeah, that should be a good enough text. So let's go ahead and put those objects in. Let's have a text and move it over here. Make it obviously much bigger. Okay. There's not going to be any text in here because we don't know what we need for this at this moment, but we'll need a bigger font. The color can stay this. Yeah. Let's go for best fit between 10 and 60, whatever. Let's try out the text. Level completed or game over. Okay, that looks, I guess, okay. I don't actually like the position within it. Let's go for more on the Y. Let's go for 250. Oh no, that's not good. I thought the position was relative to the parent, but I think it is relative to the canvas. No, actually it is relative to the parent. It is. It's not that bad. But let's modify the width and the height. Let's go for 700 by 110. And let's go for 200. That's too much up. 150. That looks a lot better. Game over. Caps on. Game over. Okay. I think that should do. I'll have to mess around with the positioning a bit later if need be, if need arises. We can go all the way to 80. Okay, that's better because it should be a bit of a bigger screen. And there has to be, or rather there should be, only one button. No, we need another text. We need another text. Let's duplicate this one. Alright, let's go for 0 this time around. And this text is gonna say you know what? This text is also going to be dynamically generated because in case it's just a completed level, then you'll need to it will need to say current score. If you've managed to beat your old high score already, then it can say new high score, and then mention it like, oh, then say like this. That should make sense. And in case it's just not a high score, it's just gonna say score and then mention it. So this is also going to be dynamically written, so we'll just leave it at that. We'll keep the same things around. Let's change it to current score. We should tag this up, right? Okay, there we go. We need more tags. Current score. And we need another one for the top, which is gonna say game switch text, because we have two of them as well. And then current score is gonna have the current score tag, and game switch text is gonna have the game switch text tag. I like naming them the same, although maybe finding objects by tag isn't that important. Okay, PewDiePie, who heard of that guy? I'm the real YouTuber over here. I don't know if you can get them by name. I think that you can. Let's go ahead and see. Can you get items by name? Unity find object by name. Is that an option? Yes. For performance reasons, it is recommended to not use this function every frame. Instead, cache the result in a member variable or use find object with tag. Right, so find object with tag is optimized for them. Now, we wouldn't use this every frame, not by a long shot, but it is an option, right? But we'll do it by tag because we're already accustomed with it, and it's not that big of a deal to just make some more tags. Unless you have a really big game, then it might become a big deal. Okay. So it would seem like we've got two of the three objects that we need, and the third object is going to be a button. And we should keep the same, or roughly the same proportions as the text. Objects will go for 110 width and 5. No, that's way too much. Let's go for 330 width. Yeah, 110 height and 330 width. Let's go for 250 minus 250. Way too much. 150? Was it 150? Yeah. So let's go for 150 like that, and that way we have all of the buttons nice and centered. Okay, are they too close together? Let's go ahead and write some text. Score, and then level completed. Yes, they are a bit too close together. Not much, not much. So I'm going to assume that we need more than 150. Let's go for 175, and for the button minus 175. Okay, so that actually looks better marginally. You know what, I'll leave the text in just because it helps graphically. Let's go ahead and set up the button text just over here. It's gonna say, or no, there's no text. I'll just have, just like in the case of the other buttons, I'll just have a background image which can be set up over here. So this object is irrelevant within the button, and it can stay white for now. I don't really care. And this function is gonna be well, either okay, that's a biggie. That's a big problem. Actually, it isn't. I'm thinking of putting the continue function in there and checking if the game was over. And I'm actually going to do just that. So public void continue. Let's say if game was over. How do I know that? Yes, I do know that the game was over. In pause. Oh, okay. Let's make another bool called bool new game, which is true when we first start. Okay, and in case it was a level up, we'll set new game to false. In case it was not a level up, we'll set new game to true again. And this is where we'll check if new game. If new game, then do blah blah blah, whatever we'll have to do, else do whatever, something else. In the case of a new game, we'll have to reinitialize the score objects over here at the top. Basically, you know what we'll do? We'll do start. This is what we'll do in case of a new game. We'll just call start again, which will reinitialize everything the way it was at the beginning. Now, the only problem is that these objects should be initialized to 0, like level and score and cache, when this happens. So let's go ahead and do just that. CL dot get component of type. What was CL again? It was a script, wasn't it? No, so we'll just have to do something else. We'll have to do game object dot find game object with tag level. Wait. Current level. Wait, okay, we had some fun with cache. I think looking at cache should be a better idea. Current money, update cache. Okay, so we'll put cache back to 20. And we'll call the update cache function. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So, and we won't be able to do anything to level right now because we haven't implemented it yet, but we'll do this cm.cache gets 20 and then cm.update update cache is going to be called, which is just going to update the graphics again to just show $20 because you're starting the game again. And then yeah, this is fine, this is fine, this is also fine because it initializes everything. All of the eggs have been presumably deleted anyway. So we'll just need next to work on score and level in order to make them work properly. And continue. So if it is not a new game, then we'll just we'll have to update eggs needed. 5 more eggs or 2 more eggs. Eggs needed plus equals 2. And we'll have to do some more things like check if there are if it's like a higher level, then we'll need to check for like to add more coops and stuff like that. Let's see if this works for now. Where's the button? Here we are. It's gonna be from the scene, not the egg catcher. That's a lot of objects. Gameplay. Game script. There we go. Continue. Okay. We could have actually given a parameter to continue, and then we wouldn't have needed new game. But yeah, whatever. Right, so the next thing that we need to do after continue is disable the panel. Let's go ahead and name the button to basically continue button. Although we will also have one in the other panel, if I'm not mistaken. You know what? I'm not actually gonna make it like that. Although it might be annoying for players to have to quit a game or wait until they lose. I might actually need 2 buttons for when somebody loses, because they might just want to, stop playing. That might be an option. So this isn't going to be the continue button. This is going to be the game switch button. Let's call it like that. It's gonna be the game switch button. Okay, and it's gonna be the game switch panel, which we will in the start option get. Let's do it at the let's do it here at the beginning before we do the catcher. So let's go ahead and say game switch panel equals game object dot find game object with tag game switch panel. Oh, we won't actually need to do that because we already have them. Such a dumbass. So what we need to do now is go for game switch panel dot is dot game object dot is okay, that isn't working. That transform dot is enabled. What the hell? What was the name for disabling something? Set active. Damn it. Set active. No. I'm clearly too tired to do this right now. Set active. False. And the menu button is going to do the same thing as well. The menu panel is going to be set as well. Menu panel dot set active false. So when the game starts, we want to make sure to make these two panels to deactivate them, and when we hit continue over here. Oh, right. Another thing that we need to do is when we make the canvas group interactable to false, then we need to put, in the case of a level up, we need to put the panel on the screen and say game switch panel dot set active true, which is going to be correct in both cases. And depending on the case, we'll need to write the text in it alongside with the button, like continue or next level or start again, new game, right? Okay, let's go ahead and make the menu panel. Oh, the menu panel already exists. How big is this one? This is 1000 by 600. Let's make this one as well, 1000 by 600. 1000, not by 600. Let's make it 800. Bigger. Let's make it 900. Bigger. Should that work? No, let's make it even bigger. We'll see. We'll see if that is the case. For now, we have it like this. Let's check it out if it works. There we go. It does work. And I'm curious if the code as well works. Okay, one more egg. Okay, so everything stopped. Level completed, score, whatever. Let's just go ahead and click that, or click off of that. And we should be able to click this button right now, which should technically restart the game. It did not restart the game. Is this clickable? It should be clickable. Am I forgetting something? Oh, yeah. No, I'm not. This post should be false. Right, so I might need a little bit of debugging. Mm, can I not manually call start? At least the egg spawn should. Oh, I think I need to set it to interactable again before I do anything. Well, not before I do anything. Okay, let's move this to the start function over here. No, at the end of it. So until the game initializes properly and gets all the objects, no update function is going to be called, and then we start with true for is paused. Okay, the game initializes and then sets itself to not paused, and it should work. And before we do anything over here, regardless of regardless of what happens, we need to set the canvas group back to interactable again. Maybe, we'll see. So let's go ahead and stop that. Is this the reference script of this here is missing? There we go, the game started. Okay, it started on its own, which is good. Exactly what I wanted. 3, 2, 1. There we go, paused. This whole canvas group is not interactable anymore. Click the button, it's not working. Oh, that's because I'm such a... Anybody screaming in the chat right now? No. Maybe in the comments. Such a fucking dumbass. It's obviously you can't interact with it because the whole fucking thing is set to not interactable. Okay. So, what have we learned? Well, for one, you can't actually use a single canvas if you're planning to make it not interactable. So what we'll need to do is make another canvas called menus. We'll have to add a canvas group to it as well. Will we? No, we don't need it. We just have to remove the component, right? Yeah, sure. And we'll need another canvas, which is going to be called menu over here. Where are the canvas objects? Here we go. Here, game screen, menu. And we'll add the menu canvas to the script over here. There we go. And these two canvas panels are going to be moved in the menu. So if we disable this canvas, we can still see them, There we go. All right. And we can leave the empty canvas, hopefully, or there's maybe going to be some problems with, you know, all of these additional things that they contain. You know what? I will try it like this to leave it activated. Let's see if it works. Oh, so okay, so the canvas itself is activated. Okay, there we go. Last egg. Bam. Well, this canvas needs to be on top of the other one, but if I click the game now, the button now, the game should start off again. Not over here, obviously. I don't think that it is working for whatever reason. Let's do it like that. Okay, try it again. You know what the saddest part is? I can't actually see if the click is working. Maybe the click isn't working anymore. Clicking, continue. Okay. I'll probably have to come back to it another day, which should be in the weekend, because I am taking a couple of days off from making this game, as I do have to work. So I will have plenty of time to think about the problem or Google it. I don't understand why, maybe because they're on the same level, UI layer, maybe that's it. Oh, is it because I've made the canvas? No, that couldn't be it. The button was still active. You know what? Best way to do this is to actually debug it. But it's probably not getting there because of layers or something along those lines. Something fishy like that. I'm guessing. Okay. No. It's somehow still behind the other canvas. Somehow. which is obviously a bit annoying. Well, yeah, but anyway, that should be it for tonight or today, or this episode better said. Thank you to everybody for watching and listening. If you've liked the video, please leave a like, obviously. Um, be considerate or whatever. If you didn't, then yeah, leave a dislike, no problem either. And if you'd like to see more, share this video or subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.